What's good, people? This is DJ Cypher, and I listen to music so you don't have to. If you don't know me, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell for notifications so you can see more great videos like this. So, we are talking about the Lil Durk album, Deep Thoughts. So, I want to give y'all my final opinion on it and see what y'all think, because honestly, I had a whole review up. Sorry, I had a whole review, and something happened with my file. It didn't save it. Don't know why, don't know how. I had it all laid out, didn't save the file. So now I'm doing the format to let y'all know how the album actually was and talk to y'all in depth about it. So hopefully you give it a chance. I appreciate you guys. Let's get into it. So the Lil Durk album, Deep Thoughts, really centered around how he really takes things into consideration when it comes to his life, his relationships, the people he knows, and how he approaches those situations. The first song there is Shaking When I Pray. That song, to me, was a really good song because it really kind of set the standard for what this album was actually going to be. And it's not just some type of, I got some auto-tune, I got some hard beats. No, it really set the tone for what Lil Durk was trying to do with this album. It lets you know that this man has some problems. He got some stuff he need to work through, some stuff he need to talk about. And it's not just going to be no walk in the park. It's going to be something so much more to it. So that's what I got from it. It was a good intro, and I really, really like what I heard. The next track was Keep On Sipping. Again, attacking his own vices, not trying to lean into what he looks at as a deficiency, but also just explaining to other viewers that it's something that he does have to work on with himself. And he keeps promising people he won't do it anymore, and he won't go back into doing these things, but he has to go back to it, keep slipping. And that's why songs are called Keep On Sipping, because he's slipping into bad habits, something he don't want to do. Nice track, real smooth. The next track was They Want To Be You. Now this one had Future on it, and Future, again, gliding the track like he does. Him and Durk have good chemistry, they always have, and they both really just went in on this track. It was a really nice record full of 808s, melodies, and just the swag and the confidence of two great MCs that really recognize when people just want to be like them. Another track on there right after that, Soul Bleed. Durk is getting personal. He's letting you know how he feels about things, about people, how they betrayed him, how he feels about them, how he's not trying to change, but he wants to change, but not for them, but for himself, and just to move on in life. Next track is 1,000 Times, kind of reverting back to how he talked about how he felt about his life and with things he kept on doing over and over again that he didn't want to do. Seeing stuff like this and hearing stuff like this really makes me lean more into the artists like Durk, because it's not just anything simple. It's more of an art. He's speaking from the heart, and it's more of an art, and it gets translated into that instead of just songs about cars and women. He's really talking about something deep here, which really contrasts to his old album. Sorry, I keep getting choked up. It contrasts to his old album, Almost Healed, which was very contrary to the single he had with J. Cole, All My Life. Leaned more into gun violence and slide and all the young stuff nobody wants to hear over and over again. The next track, Turn Up a Notch, to me, this is my favorite track. This track really centers around Durk explaining everything going on around him and people around him and the situations, and saying, you know what, I'm going to take this, I'm going to make it better. I'm going to turn it up a notch. I'm going to really get into it. I'm going to really lean into it, because it's not just about me. It's about what I'm trying to do for the culture, and it's about what I'm trying to do for my life. So I'm going to take everything you do. I'm going to turn it up a notch. I'm going to take your hate and turn it up a notch. I'm going to take my stunting and turn it up a notch. And I really like it. It's a nice song. It's a nice hook. And the beat is cold too. Next track is Vanish Mode. This one was pretty easy to listen to. It's very feasible as well when it comes to what he's trying to get his point across. There's not really much going on for it. It's a 2-minute track, more so a freestyle track if you ask me. Decent beat, decent words, decent flow. Kind of filler, but it still works. Next track, you already know, Monitoring Me. Nice track, lead single to the album, and it works out here in this playlist as well. Next track, Untouchable. Untouchable is another one of those tracks. I wouldn't say it's a throwaway, but it's kind of like Vanish Mode. It's under 2 minutes. Nice beat, nice flow, nice melodies, but in and out real quick. Nothing too crazy. Kind of a filler track, but it still works. Next track was Notebook with No Hook. Kind of in the same category as the other two, but just a little more detailed and more talking about different stories and talking about how different people can react to the way he does things and how he keeps all these things locked in his head, or in his words, his notebook. So it's another way to approach that, almost like saying my diary, but instead he's talking about my notebook. It's a nice touch. Next track was King High featuring Janae Aiko. King High, how he does his ways, another single that just came out last week. I didn't really care for that song, to be honest. Yeah, I didn't really care for it. I thought it was okay. I thought it was cool, but I thought a lot more could have been done there from both artists. Next track was Wondering Again. Again, another, not necessarily a throwaway, but another in and outer. Not too much going on with it, but it's a decent track. Next track, Late Checkout featuring Huncho. There was a different type of melody added here, and an R&B approach to it from both artists. Kind of puts you in mind like a Drake and Party Next Door-esque track. When it comes to that, both artists were really in tune with each other, in tune with the song, and it made for good chemistry. Think You Glowed. That one kind of just slipped past me, I'll be honest. I don't really remember what Think You Glowed was about that much. I think it was cool, but nothing that makes me say, oh, this is one of my favorite tracks. Next track, Opportunist. You already heard that. You know how that goes. Good track, good single. The next track is Alhamdulillah, or however you say that. I think I messed that up, but it's referring to Drake's religion as far as Islam, and he praises Allah in the song. So it's a good song for Durk. Something different, choosing a different path when it comes to his content and creative matter. So it was good hearing him talk about something else while still maintaining those heavy 808 themed melodic beats. And the last track on here, the exit out, is Deep Depression. Really good song, nice way to exit out. Very dramatic, very thoughtful, very tense, and just very expressive. And I think that's something that artists like Durk need more of. Songs like that, songs that really get people invested and tug at your heartstrings, songs that make people be like, you know what, he has something to talk about and I'm listening. So I'm glad he got that out. And that was the whole album. Now my favorites, definitely my favorite one was Turn Up a Notch. I like songs like Shake When I Pray, Monitoring Me, Deep Depression was cool, and 1,000 Times, that was cool. Keep on Sipping. So songs like that were good, and I feel like since half of the album was good, well, all the album was good, but half of it is more memorable, I'd say that makes for a great album. So I'm going to be fair and give it a 9 out of 10. I'm rating it and judging it based on the expectancy of the artists themselves. If the artist himself sets a certain platform and a certain bar for that platform, you can only judge them based on how well they did them. So, for example, Future, we know we're not going to get a super conscious album from Future, but we know we're going to get a turn-up record from Future, a really nice turn-up themed album. So we're going to be judging it based on that. His last one was pretty good. It's pretty up there. So that's what we're seeing with Durk. We know Durk can get deep, but we know Durk more so relies on melodic tunes and hard-hitting 808 beats to really just get the message out. And that's what we're rating this on as far as how good he did with that. And hopefully this little thing that's trying to get caught up in my chest will go away so I can stop talking like I'm AI. So I'm trying not to cough. But yeah, I'd say 9 out of 10. Really good album. A lot of replayable records. Probably going to be blasting this when I get back on the highway. Definitely that type of album. So shout out to Durk on that. I think the whole thing as a whole is definitely a good album and worth listening to. If you're not sure, take my word for it. Check it out. The beats is cold, the flow is cold, the word choice is cold, and the album itself as a whole is cold. So good on you. Good effort from Durk. I think he did his thing. So thank you guys for watching. These are my final thoughts from the Lil Durk album, Deep Thoughts. Sorry I couldn't pull up the actual video of me reacting to the album, but again, corrupted file, don't know what happened there, and YouTube be acting kind of weird when it comes to that anyway. So we're gonna see how it goes moving forward. Other than that, y'all have a great day. Have a great night. I appreciate y'all. Have a good one. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.